Pitching Hacks Episode 2, The Instrumentation Used to Perform a Three-Dimensional Motion Analysis. While just about any camera will work, there are several things to consider when selecting cameras, starting with the film speed. Higher film speeds capture the data that gets lost or is estimated in between frames. Look at just how big of a difference there is between traditional video on the left and high-speed video on the right. Any camera used in this process must have a shutter speed setting in order to make the images clear enough to digitize each joint center. The image on the left was captured on auto setting. The image on the right was captured with a high-speed shutter. In addition, a zoom lens sufficient enough to get a close-up view onto the subject is also required. High-resolution video, or video captured through a glass lens as opposed to plastic, creates a better image to view, but is not required for the analysis process. As discussed in Episode 1, a calibration cube is placed on the mound and is then captured by each camera. The cube tells the computer its exact size and shape. Once the cube is then removed, the computer is able to measure every movement inside the camera view. Studies have shown that the larger the cube and the more control points, up to 32, the more accurate the calibration will be. The evolution of the modern-day three-dimensional motion analysis began in the 1960s and was perfected in the 1970s by biomechanist Gideon Ariel and Biokinetics Research and Development co-founder Alan Blitzblau. Automated digitizing for markers placed on the body was then perfected in the 1980s. In recent years, scientists have begun working on markerless tracking, applying the same technology used in the Xbox Kinect, as well as sensor technology. However, university studies have tested several different backgrounds, lighting, and clothing with some success. In the future, this may be a promising technique, but for now, even in ideal laboratory conditions, there is still much work to be done. However, in a baseball stadium, during live competition, with various backgrounds and lighting conditions, there are still no existing markerless capture or sensor methods ready to accomplish this with the degree of accuracy necessary to be useful. What this means is nearly 50 years after the Aerial Performance Analysis System, APAS, was developed, the only practical form of measuring human movement during live competition, recognized by the International Society of Biomechanics in Sports, remains the method of calibrated manual digitizing for multiple camera angles. Tune in next time for episode number 3, two-dimensional versus three-dimensional.